So could you explain what was the idea to involve Chopin to your work? What stands behind this?
When I started to make this film, I knew I wanted to make an autobiographical film. And two of my childhood heroes, Alexander the Great and Friedrich Chopin, I wanted to have those in the film somehow. The film is also a homage in a way to those two heroes, and both Chopin and Alexander the Great, they both left their home when they were 19, and they never came back. Chopin went to Paris, of course. Alexander the Great went on a very long war campaign, and when they forced him, or when his troops wanted to go back, he didn't go back home. He settled in Babylon instead, and then he died quickly after. And when I thought about the story of Chopin's heart, I had been doing a lot of sports already for quite many years. Like, we do a run every year to Rachmaninoff's grave, and then I had been doing a lot of triathlons for about 3 years, and then I realized you can actually physically cover the distance from his heart to his body. And then Chopin's last words were, "I don't feel the pain anymore," which, you know, suits that kind of triathlon. And also he was buried on Père Lachaise, but his funeral was in La Madeleine, where they performed Mozart's Requiem. So I thought it would be suiting to write a soundtrack, which is a Requiem, also kind of I mean, he was one of the few composers who never wrote a Requiem, and because the film was going to be autobiographical, I thought that, you know, by writing a Requiem, you kind of put your mind in a little bit more of a reflective mindset. So that kind of pushed me into writing this autobiography in a sense.
Could you say something about the way of realization of this, let's say, journey?
Well, I've been always doing a lot of sports. My life and my art are kind of the same thing, so it was natural that sports would appear also in my artwork. So we started in the Holy Cross Church here in Warsaw at the site of the heart, and then I swam 27 kilometers in 2 days. Then I biked around 1400 actually in about 7 days, and then I ran pretty much 300 kilometers also in a week. So it was about a marathon every day.
Took how many days? Around 3 weeks, yes?
It took a little bit less. Like, I had 2 resting days, so it took about 20 days.
And which part of this triathlon was most difficult for you?
The running was by far the hardest. It's a sport that's very hard on your body, and after biking so much, I already had some problems with my legs. And I remember after the 3rd day where I ran a marathon, I sat down to eat, and I couldn't stand up anymore. So, you know, my crew really had to drag me to bed. And then the next day, with a lot of painkillers, I was able to, let's say, run again.
Yeah, because you couldn't stop this once already started.
No, I had a fixed date that I had to be in Paris because we planned everything. And when I left Warsaw, or when I was supposed to leave, I got the flu, so I had to wait a couple of days in Warsaw to get rid of the flu. And, you know, that's kind of made everything much more tight. And also the Wisła is a bit of an open sewer, so I picked up some kind of parasites which started to act up also around the 3rd day into the marathon, so then my stomach stopped working as well, which made running even harder.
Yeah, I can imagine. So how do you make all this additional scene? I mean, how do you plan to interweave the real performance with what was the method of this?
Like I said, I wanted to make an autobiographical work, so I had a few childhood memories which I tried to abstract and then re-onsonate in a way. So I knew that that was part of the film as well. And then the story of Alexander the Great kind of fits the triathlon a little bit, even though my triathlon is much shorter, of course. But like I said, when they forced him to go back, he died shortly after. So he was invincible, you know, when he was going on and when he had a goal. So I felt that even though the ingredients of this film are quite absurd, I have a requiem, a triathlon, my own childhood, Alexander the Great and Friedrich Chopin, it actually somehow made a lot of sense to me. Like, it wasn't that I had these ingredients from the start, but you know, in writing the music and the script, everything kind of fell on its place. So the film is not that absurd as it might sound, I think.
I know that you are planning to take part in the marathon championship.
Ironman championship.
Ironman
World
championship.
Yeah.
So I just wish you to be the one of them.
Hopefully.
This, or even to win this.
But that's never going to happen.
Why not?
Well, because I'm too old and too slow.
Yeah, but you told me that there are different categories of age. So
yeah, but I'm in the hardest one. Because when you grow older, you lose your explosive strength, but you gain endurance. And most champions are around 38, so I'll never ever win this race, I can guarantee you that.
Okay, but anyway, I wish you success not only in art, but also in sport.
Thank you.